If you tell me you don't have time, I don't believe you. Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Oriana from Switzerland. I'm a filmmaker, writer, director, producer. And before you click away, this is a new series on my channel where I just talk to the camera and just share what I've been experiencing and share a little more of a behind the scenes, a raw look behind the scenes. I know my videos are raw as it is, or quite, unpolished. That's what I like to call them, but this is even more so. This is a step up from that. So I share my struggles and my learnings, and this is episode 1 of that. So let's call them Coffee or Tea with Oriana. Coffee, tea, chat with Oriana. So grab a hot drink or whatever drink you like. I'm having my herbal tea in my favorite cup at the moment because it's too late for coffee, but I do love coffee as well. So today I'm gonna share some learnings that I've had the last 2 months that I restarted my channel on YouTube, what that's been like. And it's not gonna be so much just about me, it's also gonna be focused on things you can also take away. So your journey is one of joy, where you can maybe learn from the things that I got out of the many rounds of trial and error that I went through. So it's not just gonna be about me, it's also gonna be about learnings that are significant to your journey, hopefully, as well. So today I'm gonna share some of the ups and downs in the last 2 months of my YouTube journey, and especially, the gear situation, what I learned in terms of my setup, my gear, and also what my goal for this channel is. And I'm gonna give you 5 actionable tips, so stick around for that. The last 2 uploads that I had, like I'm talking about the long form videos right now, the last 2 uploads were hard for me. The second to last one, I actually posted a short with that, which did very well, which surprised me a little bit, but in a good way. So I shared very openly that I had a hard time finishing that video, and it was basically the sound quality that bugged me and still does a little bit, but it got even worse with the last one that went up yesterday. So the one, the job of the director, what is that about, and so on. What does the director actually do before they go on set and then on set, and how do they deal with issues, with struggles, with performances that are not to their liking, and so on. And the content, like what's inside the message and everything, I do still stand behind that very much. I would not have published it otherwise, but the sound quality, like, it was such a nightmare to edit this video. And just a little look behind the scenes, because I want to be as authentic and as transparent here as I can. So I actually started filming for this channel last summer when I was very pregnant with my daughter, who's now 6 months old. And that's also why I talk so slowly in some of those videos, because I literally had a big belly and I could not, talk as fast. I did not have as much air in my lungs and so on. Which was just be in that moment, and that's fine. But I also filmed outside on the balcony because I'm an outdoor person. I like being outdoors. I like, the wind rustling through the leaves. So in theory, that's great. But filming with the audio, that can get difficult. And the last, like the first trial of me filming that video about the director's job was filmed also on that terrace. And the audio was just unusable because there was a party going on at the moment, in that moment where I was filming, and the kids were yelling. They were really yelling, And I was like, I cannot do that to my audience. There's no way. Because it was a beautiful video. And also, it was like 25 minutes long. So I spent like 2 weeks editing that thing until I finally realized I have to redo the whole video. I can't post this. And then last Tuesday, I actually filmed it again. So, like 3 days before it was supposed to go live, I filmed the whole thing again by the port, thinking, it's okay. And I always check my replay, and I did. But the problem is, your brain filters out so much noise that you don't really realize how problematic the sound quality can be or how much noise there is in the background. So, what ended up happening was I came home and I edited the rough cut, and I was so depressed. I was like, I must have spent like 20 hours on that video already. What am I? What kind of an amateur am I? And I really don't have time to do this again. I actually had thought about going live because, it's taking up so much of my time to edit those videos. And then I tried to go live just as a test, and then it said on the app, you have to have 50 subscribers in order to go live. So that went out the window right there because at the point of me recording this video, I have 31 subscribers. Thank you for everyone who is subscribed. I want to get to know you, so comment down below. I am subscribed. And if you haven't already, that's your call to action. Go hit that subscribe button now and like it as well, please. So anyway, I was confronted with, either I'm skipping an upload, which was not like, no, I've committed to posting every 2 weeks for a whole year. That's my internal goal, and I'm sharing it now, so you know as well. And I'm not going to do that because, YouTube is going to notice, my followers are going to notice, and no. So I just had to make the best of it. And it's always also like my ego a little bit. Yes, I want to be known as a professional filmmaker. What am I doing here? Who am I to think I can reinvent the wheel? That's why everyone is filming inside. Why did you even try to film outside? All those things coming up, and I'm like, no. I mean, I still want to go back to filming outside eventually. And there are some of the videos, like the story video, that's okay. The sound is okay there. There's a little birds chirping, but I find that, I like that. Some people might not, but if you don't, maybe then you want to go check out someone else's page, because I do like those natural sounds when they're not too loud and too distracting. So anyway, what did I do about this situation? I actually just watch a lot of tutorials on how to improve sound quality and how to noise, and I work my way through the audio mixer in Premiere Pro, and I'm very thankful to those helpful tutorials that are out there. But they're all in German, so there's no point me linking those. But I would if it helped anyone, because some stuff on YouTube can really save your butt in some instances, like it did for me. So, because the enhanced speech feature that is hyped up everywhere, yes, it's nice, but you really have to be careful not to overdo it, because it can sound kind of artificial if you overdo it. That's my experience. And of course, it's way less tedious now with those AI features built in than it was 20 years ago, 18 years ago, when I did my 78-minute film. There was no AI back then, and I did everything manually, and I didn't really have that much of a clue about sound. So it's just about, knowing your limits and having enough time to plan ahead, and not wanting too much to, improve in one video. So what I'm also reminding myself of, and this is a lesson for you as well, is yes, have a simple setup. Just do a test shoot and rewatch it in silence, preferably on your speakers and on headphones, one on one. And I also realized after exporting, like in Premiere Pro, it sounded fine because, of course, I'm going to play back the whole video and watch it again after I've finished editing. I always do that. And then I exported it, and it was like 10 p.m. at night, and I was exhausted. So I just did the upload because up until this point, that always worked. And it was fine on YouTube, so I didn't think anything of it. And then it went live, and I was like, well, I have to watch it because I always watch my own videos. So the watch time increases a little bit. And then I was like mortified, like, okay, this is kind of almost too loud. um, I mean, you can listen to it, it's not that bad, but you know, it's just being critical of your own work. I think it's always the inner critics comes out that much. Um, so my goal is to, on the next few videos, to really focus on good sound quality and to be as efficient in my workflow as I can, because I've been so stressed out with making those videos. I know I put this on myself, just sharing my real experience here. I've been so stressed out that I haven't had really time to work on my feature, which like the goal was to like spend 1 week on the YouTube videos and then the other week writing, because I only have one window of time during the day to do either of those things. And so yeah, my time is very limited. And the editing, I do the editing at night when my baby's asleep, so that's like from 10 to 11 p.m. and then I have to go to sleep because in the morning there are early mornings. So you know, and I don't sleep through the night yet because I'm still nursing full time. So yeah, that's that. So anyway, keeping it simple and improving one thing in your video at a time. And if you're like, okay, I'm not a YouTuber, what are you talking about? Sorry, if that's not relevant to you, then reframe that for you, for your situation. Whatever you're working on, just improve one thing at a time. And don't focus on like everything has to be perfect, because that way you will never realize your small wins. And celebrating your small wins is ultimately what can really improve your motivation, I think. So yeah, that would be a key takeaway here. I've also, yeah, and also optimizing your workflow would be another one. So, you know, you don't waste time. And that's why I forced myself to start publishing videos in November, because I was like, I had my first video, yeah, kind of ready, and then you're at that stage where like, well, I can still tweak this, I can still tweak that. And then I was so fed up with myself that I was like, okay, 2 weeks from now, this video is going live, no matter what. And that's what I stuck to. And then I knew 2 weeks later I have to have another video ready, so I cannot, you know, procrastinate until eternity, because then I would be sitting here today with no video published to this day. And as it is, I've published 5 out of the 6 of the series, plus one where I introduced myself, plus one where I said why I'm starting YouTube. So 7 videos in total since November. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's okay. And for me, I know I've improved on every single video. I've improved at least one thing. I've also been focusing on packaging, like title and thumbnail. And I've also redone some of the thumbnails. I don't know if you noticed. So like behind the scenes, there's so much going on that people don't realize. And the same is true for filmmaking as well. So what I want to really encourage you to do is set aside your dedicated time window for your art and stick to that, block that in your calendar, and just start. Just start. And if you want to, you know, make a film in the next 3 months, that's what I'm guiding you towards in this series that has already been published. Almost, you know, 5 out of 6 parts are up there. And if you want more help, I'm developing an ebook at the moment about, you know, creating interesting characters. And It's already out there is the character bio template that is in the description. That's free, and you can use that to create interesting characters. And also the checklist on how to make your first short film. So those two things are linked down below. They're completely free, and you will also be notified when my other services become available. And also let me know what questions you have on filmmaking, like if there are burning questions that you struggle with, that maybe you haven't been able to find answers to, or that you would like me to answer, just drop those in the comment below, and I'll be happy to do another video like this and answer some of your questions. So what is the way moving forward? Yeah, I'm still experimenting with my setup, and I'll see how this turns out, but I think this is most sustainable for me right now because I can just set up my camera, and I'm filming on my phone right now, and I just have this wireless mic that I invested in last summer before I started filming. I'm really happy I did that because, as I said, and as everyone agrees, good sound is more important than good film, good image. And of course, if you have the time and the money, you can also experiment with lighting, which of course comes in handy if you want to do everything yourself. But as I will say again, I don't recommend you making your first film completely on your own. I recommend a core team of you as a director, a producer, if you do both, then that's fine, a camera person and a sound person and an assistant. So 4 people at the minimum, and maybe 5 if you have a producer as well. So, and then of course that's a crew, and then you've got your costs and so on. And if you want more info on that, it's all in my overview video and pre-production video, so I'll link those up here. Another key takeaway, yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. Just, go for it, do it, and be proud of, like, track your goals and track your small wins with the goals. So that's what I did, actually. I did a content calendar for January, and it felt so satisfying doing these checks behind the videos that I uploaded. And in January, I actually posted 10 shorts. I'm pretty proud of that. So, my goal was to do a long video every 2 weeks and at least 1 short a week. And yeah, now it's averaging out between 1 to 3 shorts a week, and some of those are repurposed from my long form. Some are original shorts, but still, it's still work to do them either way. Also there, if you have any requests on what I should cover next, like are you interested in camera angles? Are you interested in, like, do you want an editing tutorial from me? Do you want more insight on how I work when I direct? There's a video coming soon on how I directed my 5th film, All In, and you can watch the trailer. It's on my channel. I'll also link it. Do you wanna, like, what exactly would help you the most? Let me know about that, and if you want to know about me as a person, of course, comment down below. So I hope this brought some value to you. Just quickly to sum it up, don't stand in your own way, so just go for it. Set your goal and set your dedicated time window once a week, and just stick to that. Block your calendar, like Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. is my time where I'm not interrupted. I'll put my phone on silent. I'm just working on my craft. And this will get used to. Your brain will, do all those conscious mind things that it does, like, why do you even try? There's no point. That just don't listen to that voice. Everyone has that voice, but just don't listen to it. And number 2, don't tell everyone in your, like, friends and family circle what you're doing. Just do it. Number 3, be proud of the things that you achieved, and it doesn't have to be externally measured. For instance, like right now, of course, I'm grateful for every subscriber, every comment, and every like I get. You do that now. But I don't I don't put myself down if I don't get as many likes on a video or whatever, because that's not something I can control. Of course, I'm trying to make the best video I can, but I'm gonna track, what is completely my control. That's if I put out a video and if I proved one thing in that video and compared to the last one. So, those are things I can control. So that's why I'm tracking that at the moment. Um, and just keep going. Listen to your own creative voice and stop scrolling on social media. Just, like limit your time on Instagram to once a week. Like, I'm not using Instagram anymore. I never use TikTok because it's just a waste of my time. Because, like, literally, if you tell me you don't have time, I don't believe you. Because, like, the honest truth is now, having two small kids, I have, like, objectively, I have less time than I've ever had in my life to just work on my projects and, just be in the flow. But still, I'm being more productive, in the big scheme of things than I was all those time when I didn't have a family yet, when I just had a partner, or I was just studying full time, or or you have a 9 to 5. Yeah, everyone has something, some responsibility in their life, but that's no excuse. Like, that's where it gets real for you. Like, do you really want this? Or are you just like after shiny object syndrome here? And if you are, yeah, you have to find that out for yourself. But as I talked about in the mindset video, I've had my fair share of sabotaging myself, and that's completely normal. And there's no point being ashamed about that if that's you as well, or if that was you. No one cares in the end. It's just about getting out of your own way, and just getting your own priorities straight. Like, do I just wanna let life pass me by? Do I just wanna watch other people live their own lives and just watch from the sidelines? I'm being a little dramatic here. Or do I want to actually do my own thing and be okay if it's not perfect, because it won't be? But I like even Mr. Beast's first video, like it's quoted so much, was not like anything that you see today from him. Like, everyone starts somewhere, and that's completely normal. So I'm really excited for you to start your filmmaking journey, and I'm gonna be here cheering you on, because I really believe there's enough everything for everyone. There's enough abundance, there's enough creativity, there's enough ideas, there's enough resources for everyone if we have the belief system to support that, and if we surround ourselves with people that have a similar mindset. And there's so much that can take your energy away, that can, those energy vampires, that like people that are bad mouthing others, talking negatively about others or their circumstances. Just steer away from those people, because honestly, if your brain is freed up from all the negative talk of others or of all the distraction of social media and so on, you will have so much mental and emotional capacity to just work on your own creative ideas. And that's such a satisfying thing. And in the beginning, the beauty is that there's no producer that is, putting you under pressure to deliver your script now. Because once you have a producer that works with you, they also have expectations. Like, when are you gonna be ready with your script? Where is your log line? Where's your outline? All those things. Of course, it's nice if you have a producer that wants to work with you, but there's two sides to every situation. So in the beginning, be grateful that you've got the freedom to create whatever the heck you want, and take advantage of that and just experiment. Because like kids just play, they're just in the moment. They're not worried what everyone else thinks. They just are. And that's, I think, something that us adults we have to remind ourselves of. It's so freeing, and just go for it. So I think I've talked long enough now. Let me know what you think of this type of video. Let me know what you took away from it, and let me know if you're subscribed and what you would like to see from me and any questions you might have. And don't forget to grab your free copy of my character bio preset and my filmmaking checklist down below. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Share this video with a friend, like and subscribe. Until then, bye.